Welcome to Uyyarvu session. So today we're going to talk about
Today's episode, we're diving into something a lot of us struggle with at this time of the year, seasonal depression and the emotional weight of the holiday season. So it's the lovely month of December, and the weather is getting colder. Everyone's getting, like, the holidays are just around the corner. How is it going for you?
You know, the winter blues are slowly hitting me. It's very faint, but it's there.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, because I feel like I am busy with a lot of things right now, like, like with Uyyarvu and then school and then work. So I have a lot on my plate, but like it's slowly hitting me. As soon as it gets dark, I'm like, ugh, what is this?
Oh my! As soon as daylight, like time savings, like that comes up, the world just changes. I'm like, it's getting darker sooner. The sun's gone. It's just creeping around the corner. I'm just like,
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like in the back, just there to like give you that depression.
Yeah.
But how do you feel like the holiday season? Because December, holiday season, winter blues. How does it affect like mental health?
I feel like automatically, like with the physiological changes of us not getting enough vitamin D, like that,
take your vitamin D, guys.
Take your vitamin D.
Coming from someone who is very severely deficient.
But yeah, automatically with those changes and just the changes with everything, the weather and just the mood all around you, it just takes a toll on your mental health. I feel like your mental health just declines over time because it's just with like bad weather, when you're seeing the snow and when you're dealing with like traffic and everything just piles up and you're like, why am I dealing with all this? And then the sudden rush comes through and everything hits you at once. So
I feel like as soon as like winter hits, people just don't know how to drive.
They don't. Like they were already bad and then now they're just 10 times worse because
I'm just like, what happened to these licenses, you guys?
I know. What happened to the G? Like G1, G2, G3? Like, not G3, my bad.
There's no G3. Girl, not you adding
I'm tripping. But yeah, like what happened to everyone's G's? Like slippery roads just makes everything 10 times worse. But yeah, so what are some early signs that you personally experience in terms of seasonal depression and when it begins to set in?
I feel like just a general like low mood, like being more tired, having like less like motivation to do the things that I did in the summer. Because in the summer you're like sunshine, out and about, happy with life, and then like the winter blues hit, it gets darker and you're just like, okay, like do I want to go out? Like, is it even worth it in this dark? It's so gloomy and stuff too.
Yeah. There's no point in going out and about when it's like dark outside. Like we're women, like we already go through it, and now it's even worse because we have less time in the day to go out. So, and it's cold.
Exactly, it's cold too.
It's even colder than before, and we're in Canada, makes it 10 times worse. So, yeah, there's a lot that comes with it.
At least it's not like crazy winters we had before.
Yes.
Like minus what, 30?
30, 35. I remember that one blizzard that like hit in like 10 or 15 years ago.
It was on my birthday.
It was? Oh my God.
Nobody came to my party.
Me could have. My bad.
I was like, oh, okay.
I wished you, I think. I mean, I was like, what, 10 back then? So
I think you were like 5. This is like really young. I remember there was a blizzard on my birthday.
Actually?
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, I'm just thinking of the one that happened in 2013. I just remember we had like family friends over coming and visiting.
No, 2013, my birthday, like,
it was,
came.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
That was your 13? Yeah, your 13.
That was not the one.
No.
Before that, yeah.
Before that, I do not remember that. My bad. My condolences. For not understanding when I was like at the ripe age of 5.
Ripe age of 5. But yeah, it is like hard to do things and like enjoy life.
Yeah.
For sure. And so with December, holiday, Christmas, holidays.
Yes.
Or Hanukkah, like whatever you guys
you celebrate. Yeah.
How do you feel like do you feel like there's a pressure to be festive? Because we celebrate like Christmas.
Yeah, we do every year. I feel like we're always like giving gifts to each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I feel like the pressure would probably come with the fact that, you know, as soon as it becomes November 1st, they just switch everything up in stores.
Christmas
It's like
theme.
Mariah Carey starts playing
Yeah.
and like all like the ornaments and everything go up in stores
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I feel like as soon as that comes up, I'm just like, oh, next it goes from Halloween to like the next holiday. I'm like, dang, we're already there. But I feel like in terms of pressure, like there's not too much of a sense of pressure since it's still like it goes from November to December. So there's still a gradual change. There's still enough time to like think about like what you're planning on doing in the holidays and whatnot. And especially in terms of our family, we're not as like heavy with like the holidays in terms of like, I don't know how to explain it, but like in terms of Christmas, it's like we don't celebrate it for the religious reasons, but we celebrate it more so for like
Gratitude.
our family and gratitude.
Family, yeah.
Exactly.
Because like giving gifts, it's like a form, it's like a love language.
Exactly.
And then, you know, since we don't talk and stuff, giving gifts is a love language.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and
involve communication.
yeah, just give it at the door
Yeah.
and then leave. Yeah. No, I feel like, and also it just brought a sense of tradition in our houses.
It
So
did,
like,
yeah.
it was nice for like routine wise. It's like, oh, December's coming around the corner. We should buy
Yeah.
gifts for like everyone and stuff.
It's like a nice
So-
gesture we give.
Exactly. So there wasn't really a sense of pressure. I feel like maybe there might be a pressure more so like in the future when like I'm like, let's say living by myself, living with others, like not with my family, and then having to think of like what I get to my family for like my cousins, extended family and stuff like that. But I feel like for now there's not too much
Pressure, yeah.
of a pressure. Yeah.
That's fair. I feel like you said, like if you're living alone, so for people that are like living alone, or
Yeah.
if they just don't have like a lot of people in their life,
Yeah.
like maybe like they're not close to the family, or their family could have passed away,
Yes.
and they're grieving them, or like they just don't have a lot of friends.
Yep.
I feel like for them that pressure does get added,
Yeah.
because even like everywhere you look, it's like so festive.
It's
like,
just in your
everyone's
face.
together. Yeah,
Yep.
literally in your face.
Literally.
So I feel like for them, they just feel that extra pressure to like be festive, even though they just don't have like, I guess, an outlet.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
they,
fair.
Yeah.
They don't really have, you know, the people per se or like the community that's like right next to them too.
Yeah.
Reach
And
out
that was
to.
actually like a perspective I've seen like in the last few years as I like worked more in my field. Because like before, like grateful.
Of course.
Absolutely grateful that
Yeah.
like, you know, it was like festive and
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And when I worked with other people that were like more lonely and stuff, they're like, I hate the holidays. I was like, what?
Wow.
And
Like,
then, like,
how come?
Yeah, you saying?
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, how come? Like, how can you hate the holidays? Because it just feels like it's like a happy time.
Happy jolly.
Happy jolly,
Yeah.
exactly. Santa Claus is right
Yeah.
there. He's just like
Dropping off some
dropping off
gifts.
some gifts. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like a perspective shift. I'm like,
Definitely.
Oh, like there is that side to like the festive season.
That's
But
fair. So, how do darker and colder days emotionally impact people? I know that we like kind of touched upon this like earlier with the whole like vitamin D and like all that sort of stuff, but how do you think that impacts? Like,
It's just like very gloomy and just like, because obviously like a symbol to like sadness is gloominess.
yep.
So it just like, I guess, puts a specific mindset when it's like gloomy and dark and like cold and like
Yeah.
it's not like warm. But I feel like it's just a matter of perspective, because some people could like the gloomy weather.
Definitely.
Some people could like colder weather. Like there are people that
Exactly.
like winter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is definitely perspective, but winter blues is very common.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the relation to like it being darker faster and like gloomy and like all that. Winter, nobody likes winter.
Yep.
Or a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
winter, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like speaking on that, like I remember when I was younger, I always used to say like, oh my god, winter used to be my favorite season, and I would just associate it with like happy feelings because I would be getting gifts, it's Christmas, like we're doing activities at school, it's like movie time and like all that sorts of stuff. So it definitely comes to mindset, because when you're younger, you're not really thinking about like the weather per se, you're not thinking about the time like that we have outside, like daylight or whatsoever. You're more so thinking of what you can do in that daylight, and stuff like that. So I feel like because of that mindset shift, when you go from being a child to, let's say, an adult, it definitely has more of an impact because you're actually seeing the real life that goes around you, the real world.
It's also like your fantasy being shut down.
Yes.
Because like when you're a kid, you're like, oh my God, Santa Claus is real. He comes with this reindeer, drops off gifts in the chimney. And if you didn't have a chimney, you know, Santa Claus somehow had the keys to your door and he just
your balcony, like open the sliding doors.
He just had his ways, apparently.
He just had his ways, yeah.
But like when that reality sets in, you're just like, oh, my parents were Santa Claus. You know a funny story? That's actually how I found out that like Santa Claus didn't exist, because I found the gift in my sister's closet.
Oh my
it's a
God.
Veenaa from Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And I found it like a few days before Christmas, and I was like, oh my God, it's alive! No!
Oh my God. I feel like I realized the true reality once I figured that there was a lot of different looking Santas like everywhere.
Wait a minute, how can it be all these malls?
Why do they look a little different than from each other? And I remember like when we used to live in our old building, there was one of our, I think our custodians or whatnot, and he was brown. And like he was our like resident Santa Claus. So I was just like, wait a minute. Something's a little fishy over here.
There's only one Santa Claus.
There's only one Santa Claus. But yeah, that's funny that we each had our fair share of like reveals. That Santa Claus. No, it's okay. Santa Claus is real. For those who are watching this and still believe it. But but yeah.
So how does or actually, what holiday-related expectations tend to increase stress or sadness?
I feel like when it comes to holidays, you always like immediately think of your family and like getting together and meeting one another. So I feel like the expectation is always that you have to meet up with one another, have dinners, like converse and like talk with them after maybe not seeing them for a while. So that sort of expectation of having to meet with them could potentially be a stressor for some. And in terms of sadness, I feel like that could also be like a factor that plays into that role, as for people who are grieving and people who may have lost some of their family members, like that might remind them of their loss and whatsoever. So that could just potentially bring both of those emotions up, I feel.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of touched on this, like family dynamics or cultural expectations influence like the winter blues.
I feel like just, the same thing about around how, let's say, like how close you are with your family. So if you have like some sort of distance set with them, or if you start living alone and like you have your own little thing working for yourself and then you have to go visit your family, depending on how close you are with your family, that can also impact or get impacted by seasonal depression, because it's just like all those emotions are pretty much heightened during that time. And when you're like faced with the fact that, oh, I need to see my family after not seeing them in like a couple of months or a year or like something like that, that could kind of like either heighten or increase the amount of sadness or just stress or anxiety that you're going through because of like the uncertainty of what you're gonna have to deal with when you meet them per se. But yeah.
Also, another thing to add to that, like especially in like our households, like you can't really talk to people.
Exactly.
So like when you're experiencing the winter blues, you just feel like more alone because you can't really talk to family.
Yeah.
And like with holidays, like you're technically stuck at home unless you're traveling. Great. Like
amazing for you.
You're usually stuck at home. School's done. Some workplaces give time off, some don't.
It depends.
So if you are stuck at home, then you really don't have much to really talk about because you don't really openly talk about mental health to begin with. So I feel like that also like induces all the symptoms and stuff. Yeah.
It just makes it a bit more noticeable because of, you know, just everything that's happening around you and like what your friends are going through with their families. Maybe they might be closer with them. And when you notice that and you see that and you compare that with what's going on at home, you're just going to be like, it either might make it worse for you, better, you never know. But yeah, it's more so to each their own, I feel. But yeah, so what are some ways of grief or loneliness or nostalgia, and what what are some ways that they show up at this time of the year? I feel like we kind of touched
on it.
Yeah.
I feel like just like missing your family members, like who have passed or who are just not close to anymore, definitely would show up, and like the nostalgia of like spending that time with them. Because holidays are known for like great family time, holly jolly, you know. And
yeah, just the memories that you've been through. Because I feel like since you're meeting, I'd say like the same people like every year, if there's someone that's out of question or is no longer coming, I feel like that would also kind of affect like your mood and how you feel.
How does social media intensify pressure, comparison, or emotional overwhelm?
Ooh.
In the gorgeous winter blues season.
Yeah. I feel like just like what I said about how if you start to notice what your friends are doing with their family and stuff, that would like kind of sort of impact like what you feel about how you deal with your family and their dynamics and stuff like that. So I feel like in terms of social media, like what people post on there, a lot of people are posting their family dinners, their festivities, what they do, like the games that they do. They might do movie night. They might do all like matching pajamas and stuff like that. I've seen a whole lot of that in my Instagram feed. Yeah. So I feel like when like you see a lot of that, that kind of might
make you feel more lonely.
Exactly. Not just more lonely, but also in some cases have more pressure to do some sort of things with your family. Because you're like, oh, they're doing it, so like might as well do it with mine as well. But you have to also like think about, you know, the conditions that your families are facing and the circumstances that they're going through, and it's just a whole lot of stuff that are just going all at once.
Another thing with the family situations, I feel like financial situations is a big thing.
Yep.
Because growing up, obviously we weren't rich, like, and I feel like in like when you're younger or high school, like it was like such a thing that like the more gifts you got, the more you were loved.
Exactly.
But not everyone has that financial stability. Or like the more like gifts you got that like were valued more. Yeah. You like are loved more, which is like so stupid.
I know.
Because like someone could give no shits and give you like $1,000 like Louis Vuitton purse and like treat you like shit the next day. Like it's the hard unfortunately truth. Reality. Yeah. But I hate that was such a thing back then. Or I don't know if it still exists because we're not in high school
I know,
anymore. Probably does.
It probably does. There's always some sort of like level of comparison that occurs, and especially I feel like in high school that's like a prime time for everyone to look at what others are doing and be like, oh, why am I not getting those gifts or whatsoever. But it's like until you understand like from an outside perspective, and once you're growing up and you're seeing like, oh, this is the real life, this is what my parents are going through, this is what my family's going through, then you kind of can only understand it then. But once you're in that like high school setting, I feel like that also does not allow you to appreciate
does not
tell
help.
the differences. It does not help. But what in terms of like coping strategies or like self-care, what self-care practices or routines help you stay regulated during the winter season?
For starters, like health. Yep. Because vitamin D is very important, especially if you're in Canada.
Yep.
Please take your supplements.
We do not get enough sun, so take the supplements.
And I feel like just doing like skincare stuff for myself, reading, doing like the indoor activities, because like I do like to read, coloring and stuff. I feel like I didn't get to do that as much in the summer. And then other self-care, obviously, like if you can't see your friends, FaceTime them. Yeah. You know,
there's so many different methods, and with all, anything, even just text them on.
Text them.
If you can't call, everyone has a phone. Everyone has all sorts of devices.
And if for some reason you guys don't have a phone, write them a letter.
Yeah, send them a email through your parents' like computer. I don't know. Through any means necessary, but that's fair.
Those are things I do. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like, just like what you touched upon, more so indoor activities as well. But I feel like there's every now and then, like in the winter, if it like snows really nicely, I just like go outside and just like lay in the snow and I'm just like looking up. And if it's like snow like falling on you, it's just like very peaceful.
That's therapeutic.
I don't know, it's like kind of therapeutic. It's like very silent outside. There's no one out there. There's just birds every now and then. Just in my snow pants and my teenage jacket, I'm just like,
let me just lie down.
Embracing the cold. And just like I feel like I do a lot more movie nights like with my family during the winter, and especially since that's like more so the only time that I get to spend with them, because I'm afterwards I'm back to school. So yeah, movie nights, going outside for a bit, making hot chocolate and stuff like that, just like doing warm and cozy things inside, I'd say. Yeah.
Fair. So, how do you balance everything with the pressure to be productive?
Ooh.
Because school, work,
there's
and
a
then
whole
there's
lot.
the festivities, and then the winter blues.
Yeah. I feel like since everything just coexists, I don't know how to explain it, because it's like the winter blues are just there in the back of your mind, but then you're also just going through school, going through work, doing whatever you want. Like, it's just something that you get used to. But I feel like in order to balance everything, you kind of have to acknowledge the fact that it still exists. So you still have to give yourself some time, and in order to like reset and not just work, like have to be productive all the time. Like, so I feel like in terms of like productivity, like since December is more so like exam season and whatsoever, there's this automatic expectation of having your shit together. Like, and I just feel like just doing exactly what I do during the regular season. So like using my agenda, using like, let's say like my friends within my program as like reference for like what's due and like what like we don't have to do or whatsoever, or what we have to study and etc. Like just doing the same stuff that I have been doing, because I feel like if I just go out of routine, that kind of meddles with like my, I feel like, emotions or like mood, I'd say. But yeah.
I just want to add on that, like, in one of the points where you said that you want to give yourself like space and like stuff, I think that's so important, because especially with like winter blues hitting and like you're being overwhelmed with like everything, because I know for me, like work, school, and like either I'm like volunteering, like I'm doing, I don't know why, but the most. But it's like giving myself grace when I'm not as motivated. Like not being hard on myself just because I'm not as motivated as I was before the winter blues.
Exactly.
So just like if I need like a break every 2 minutes, I'll take the break.
Take the break. Exactly.
Because like, if you overwork yourself, you're just gonna get more overwhelmed and not really like accomplish what you really need to get done.
Exactly, and that would just like lead to burnout, and that's just going to stuff that you, a whole spiral of whirlpool of things that you didn't want to do in the first place.
Literally.
So yeah, just take the breaks when you can, and at the end of the day, like whatever needs to be done will be done, no matter what it takes. But yeah, I feel like you always need those times of rest in between. In terms of communication and stuff, how can we talk openly with loved ones about low mood during the holidays?
I think just being honest goes a long way.
Yep.
Like, just saying, hey, like, I'm feeling a little low. And, like, if there is some way that you can acknowledge that would help you, obviously let them know.
Yeah.
But if, you know, some people are, like, very, like...
closed off, wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy, or like just don't really know exactly why, like what, like is triggered. So I feel like for them, just like, hey, like I do feel low. I don't know necessarily what it is, but like just like helping them through it, like whatever, and like being open to just navigating through that struggle.
I feel like just being clear with what's going on in your life. If you're just going around the bush, there's just no point in like saying what you have to say, because I feel like especially with your loved ones, they would understand like where you're coming from, and they know you like the best, I feel like, in comparison to a stranger. So it'd just be best to be open and just talk it out and just be clear and truthful with what's going on in your life.
It's true.
Yeah.
And let's end off on a lovely, joyous note.
Yeah.
So what are some simple joys that can help make winter blues more manageable?
I feel like just like doing some more festive like things. I feel like every now and then, if we're doing like hot chocolate or whatever, just like add some marshmallows, like add some whipped cream, add a little routine.
Get out there.
Get
like some, like someone or some people.
Yeah.
And just like go out, do something.
Yeah.
Or it could be even virtual. Like, there's ways you can share.
Exactly.
Like, movies.
Share your screen.
Together,
yeah.
So, you're set.
Yeah, if you don't have traditions, just make them. Yeah. Like, there's always a tomorrow. Like, you don't have to be set on, like, oh, like, I haven't been doing this with my friends. Like, I can't do this now. Like, you should start them.
Start now.
Yeah, start now.
It can be something so simple, like,
yeah.
you know, self-care Fridays. You
yeah.
know, you just hop on a call, do, like, your skincare routine.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Like, get to coloring together, listen to music. I don't know.
Oh,
Spotify Jam.
Spotify Jam. Oh my god! Speaking of coloring, have you seen those like coloring books that have like those cute little animals and whatnot that have been going viral? They're so adorable. But I'm just like the markers that you have to buy in order to color with. I'm just like,
it's the alcohol markers or something, right?
I think,
because they don't leave marks behind
like
or
leak behind the pages and stuff. But yeah, that would definitely be sweet. Or like even like mandala like coloring. We have a couple of mandalas on our website. Shout out.
I drew.
Yeah,
with my hard work.
So yeah, feel free to download those.
But this does bring us to the end of our session.
Yeah.
And please follow us on all of our socials.
Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. And feel free to follow the socials of all our lovely team, which we will attach below.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next session.
Toodles. Bye.